The society has been thrown into turmoil as a Kenyan preacher is responsible for starving his followers to death in the name of fasting and prayer. The preacher has been doing it for years, and it is a tale of horror that can only be seen on the big screen. Only that now it is real, very real. Actually, it happened in Shakahola forest, and he started amassing followers, it is alleged, around 2015. Who is Paul Mackenzie Ntenge? He was born in the 1970s and he is said to be around 50 years old. He is married to Joyce Mwikimba, and in 2003 they founded the Good News International Church. He is of the Kikuyu tribe and he has a compound in Mgingo village, Malindi. Paul Mackenzie was a taxi driver, but he stumbled on faith in 1997. However, he struggled to truly define it for 6 years. He is said to have opened up a television ministry, which the government closed down. He started popularizing the idea that education is evil. In 2017, Mayungu Children Rescue Center reported his questionable moves, and this resulted in 93 children being rescued. He was dragged to court, but nothing materialized. In 2018, one of his churches was demolished by residents of Magarin, citing Satanism. In a recent interview, he claimed that he was a true prophet, sent to rescue people from the sinful world. Starving people to death was one sure way of meeting Jesus. President William Ruto has said that cult leaders like Paul Mackenzie belong to jail for undermining the Kenyan constitution. As the horror of what he did continues to unfold, pathologists, forensic experts, and regular police officers are on the ground in Shakahola. It's a massive operation, and at least 90 bodies as of 24 April 2023 have been exhumed from the land that is owned by Mackenzie in Shakahola Forest, Malindi. This is indeed the profile of a man behind a heinous act against humanity. In 2016, he acquired a television station after one of his followers, Kenneth Macharo, sold his property in Lamu for a paltry 20 million shillings. The property was said to be worth over 100 million. It was a giveaway price. His intention was to give everything to church. However, the man died 2 months later in very unclear circumstances. There have been several cases of people who sold their property and gave their money to Mackenzie. They were waiting to meet Jesus. Betty, an air hostess, quit her 11-year-old job and left her husband. She sold her life investment at a giveaway price of 7 million shillings and gave the money to Mackenzie's Shakahola church. She is suspected to be among the dead who were retrieved from shallow graves in the operation by the police. A woman claims that her brother burnt his certificates and threw away his books into a toilet after joining Mackenzie's cult. This is a man who had managed to control the people's thinking. Earlier on, when he was arrested, it is not clear how his case is ended. Somehow he appeared to be connected. The people who were starving to death were some of his helpers as they acted as his undertakers. Pastor Mackenzie did not stay with his family in Shakahola. That is a very interesting point to note. The family lived in Mgingo village in a gated community. He was also putting up another beautiful family home a short distance away from Malindi town. As he brainwashed other people and their children to die in order to meet Jesus, his family was living in luxury. It was the best for his family. His followers fasted day and night and in harsh conditions. Was he fasting with them? That is a question that many have asked. When he got 20 million shillings from one of his followers, Mackenzie is said to have bought pieces of land in Malindi and Mombasa, 2 vehicles, and this is the money, it is claimed, which he used to start a television station. Through the television station, he was able to reach a wider audience. How did this man manipulate the people? He is said to have focused on the end times message, the evil nature of Western ways of life, such as seeking medical services, such as education, such as food, sport, and music. In short, he preached that life was useless. Was it useless to him as well? That is food for thought. In a gospel song, he claims that the Roman Catholic Church, the United States of America, and the United Nations are agents of the devil. How ironic. As the bodies continue to pile in the mortuaries around the Malindi area, it has become clear there is more to it than what meets the eye. The problem is deeper than initially thought. Probably close to 200 people are missing. Whatever his motives were, this is a massacre. This is a crime against humanity, and there is no justification for a man who misleads people into doing the unthinkable while he himself lives scot-free. He can never be innocent of killing innocent people, including innocent children. The lucky ones were rescued, but the rest, they fell into the wrong hands. They fell for a wrong shepherd. They paid the price. He was a man on a mission, and he appears to have achieved his mission. This is nothing short of a cult. And how did he get that cult following? He managed to convince his congregation that he possessed the ability to talk directly to God. He got into their psyche, and he knew from that moment these people were his, and they could do as he commanded them to do. And one of the things that he commanded them to do was to fast and meet Jesus. For salvation, the people could do away with any earthly things, sold their belongings, they gave him the money, he expanded his empire, he became rich. His followers are dead, he is alive. He deserves the punishment that is due according to the constitution, according to the laws of the land. No one should be able to decide the death of any other human being. What he did paints the Christian world in bad light. For years to come, Shakahola and Malindi will be remembered for the wrong reasons. It will be remembered as a place where a massacre of this magnitude was conducted under the guise of Christianity. The church has been invaded by people who are suffering from a mental problem. This is a delusional character, someone who should not be allowed to continue his activities where there are laws and where there is a constitution. Justice must prevail. It must not be seen to be prevailing. It must prevail in reality. For this will send the right message. As people congregate to praise the Lord, they should do it without any fear.